What is Porkrib Pig about so early in the morning? What all those plans and drawings? Porkrib has just completed testing his first aircraft. Clusen is out for his morning constitutional.
Good morning, Porkroot. Oh, good morning, Clusen. Very fancy, my friend, but exactly what is it, Well, it's a design for my new airplane Clusen, my new flying machine. Flying machine, is it? No, I've heard everything.
Porkrib tries his best to explain the principles of heavier-than-air flight to Clusen, but the cat simply cannot understand.
No, it seemed impossible, Porkroot, impossible. Besides, it's a very bad taste. Progress, Clusen, progress. Why, everybody's flying these days, everybody. Yes, if they still using balloons, if they've got any common sense, aren't they? Perhaps you're right, Clusen, but imagine delivering the Riverland Mail in flying machine.
Porkrib begins construction immediately. He works right round the clock for days on end, and before the month is out, he's ready for the second, test flight.
What's Porker doing lately, Clusen?
He's building some sort of unlikely contraption, Bantam.
That Porker is the busiest pig I know. What's he building this time, Clusen?
Oh, he calls it a flying machine or something I don't know.
Bantam stops his lunch right then and there, and dashes off to have a look. Needless to say, Clusen follows. And the bandicoot is fascinating.
Hey, what a marvelous machine! This is a marvelous, magnificent machine! Oh,
Bantam, come here!
Porker, what lovely wheels!
You mean, Undercarriage Army? Yes, but that's the least of my worries. Bantam, stop making a nuisance of yourself.
Oh, Porker, may I look inside, please?
Careful, Bantam. Now behave yourself.
The bandicoot is behaving himself, at least he's trying to. He isn't going to break anything, but he just wants to look.
Oh, by the way, don't touch the propeller.
Bantam finds a way to stop the runaway engine and that terrible noise. Porkrib isn't much help since he's never had it running himself, and so the bandicoot is left to solve the problem alone.
Well, I suppose I could stop it any way I started it, but it might hurt a bit.
That did it. And he continues to explore the machine in wonder and great admiration, stepping about very properly, so as not to disturb anything further.
Bantam, you stay out of the trouble, you hear? How about a demonstration, Porkroot, if you think it'll work?
Are you sure, Porker?
Well, there's no doubt about it, Mr. Bandicoot. If you were to assist in collecting the Riverland Mail, we'll be off.
Bantam handles the mail sack as any eager assistant postman would. Tort and the wise old Toad both decide to try the new service. Toad writes a letter to Tort, and Tort writes a letter to Toad. Bantam collects the mail and puts it in the official bag.
Why, ready when you are, Mr. Bandicoot. Hand it up.
Tort, fascinated by the whole idea.
Right then. Stand clear.
It happened so quickly. Oh my.
Bantam never travels so fast before him all his life. Porcrip flies the airplane much the same way as he drives his truck. He is, to put it mildly, a little reckless. But Bantam is having a time of his life.
They're gone, they've gone, I'll never see Bantam again.
I wouldn't be sure of that, Clusin.
Listen, I hear something. Bantam, look out!
By this time, Bantam is almost had enough now, and says that he'd like to go down now, if Porcrip doesn't mind.
At your service, Mr. Co-Pilot. Hang on to your hats, if you've got one.
The Bandicoot is dazed and stunned. However, his son gets his bearings and is more than glad to get his feet back on the ground. Porcrip checks the airplane and decides that the only damage is to the mail scattered over the ground, and Clusin is relieved to see his favorite Bandicoot safe and sound. Bantam asks if he can help Porcrip since he asked the airplane to come down, but Porcrip manages quite well by himself.
How about our mail? Now, there's something you can do, Bantam. As Postmaster General of the Riverland, I hereby delegate you to deliver the mail.
Delighted with his new position, the Bandicoot distributes his letters immediately.
Wise old Toad. How nice, Rororo.
Why, I do believe it's from dear old Tort. How thoughtful.
The first flight of the Riverland Airmail service has been completed. Thanks to Porcrip Pig, and his co-pilot, Bantam.